In this video, I want to talk about, in my opinion, the biggest mistake that women entrepreneurs make when it comes to marketing themselves, when it comes to having sales conversations. It's a easy mistake to make depending on what you think about yourself, depending on how willing you are to talking about yourself. But changing the way you have those conversations can really impact your business numbers. It's as simple as that. Now, if we have not met before, my name is Gwyneth. I'm a business coach and I specialize in helping fabulous women entrepreneurs just like you to acknowledge and charge what you are worth, to help you package your expertise into services so that you are building your brand, nailing your niche every day, and also to use the systems and processes you have in place in your business to ensure that you have the freedom to do the other things you wanted to do when you first set up in business. So before I go on, there's a very well-known quote. Not quite sure who said it. Most people say it was Roosevelt, but you probably have heard this, and it is that people won't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Okay, and that's the famous quote that's been around for a very, very long time. But it was Zig Ziglar who said, people won't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And he added very two important words, about them. Now, before somebody says, yes, but that's very selfish and that's not nice and all the rest of it, just think about that word selfish, actually. Have you been accused of being selfish, or have you accused somebody of being selfish? If somebody says to me, that's very selfish, basically what they're telling me is that I should be putting their needs in front of mine. So who's selfish now? Just think about that. Now, most women entrepreneurs, of course, you've got your vision for being able to pay for a nice good education potentially for your children, or build up your retirement fund. There is nothing wrong with wanting to earn money in business, but I also know that you'll have a very, very deep purpose in the form of wanting to help others. Some people go overboard in wanting to help others, but let's face it, when it comes to actually helping others solve their problems, it helps us to feel good about who we are. It helps us to justify what it is that we do, because as human beings, we are constantly seeking justification, approval. That's great. Little pat on the head. Fantastic. Well done. Yes, you did that right. Just the way we are. But in business, if you are seeking too much, if you are trying to justify your services, your business, purely based upon the experience that you have, purely based upon the qualifications that you have, you are going to fail miserably, because you have not established this personal connection. You have not been able to show people that you care about them. That has to be in place before you start doing all the logical stuff. So if you're having a sales conversation, or if you've met somebody for the first time, you're not going to start off by saying, these are my fees, and this is how I deliver my coaching program, and this is how many coaching calls you get. No, you're not. It's like, do I like you? Who are you? What interests do you have? Do we share similar values? All of these things, because what it comes down to is, if I don't like you, I'm not going to give you my hard-earned cash. It's as simple as that. It was exactly the same when I used to do career coaching. People going into interview, saying, my application, I meet the requirements of the job vacancy notice. Yeah, you and everybody else we've just invited for interview, but why should we work with you? I want to know how it's going to feel to work with you. And like I said, those decisions can only be taken if you are actually able to establish a personal connection with the person you are speaking to first and foremost. Now, testimonials are great, but again, they can be a little bit of a justification as well, because the person that you are speaking to, if you've not met them before, a testimonial is going to mean not much to them, unless it was a friend, of course. There is no connection. That personal connection, that emotional connection, that psychological connection must be put in place first before you go any further. Now, it doesn't mean you have to share all your deepest, darkest family secrets. It might include you being a little bit vulnerable being able to describe to the person that you're working with that you get where they're coming from, potentially that you share a similar story. For example, one thing that happened to me was I lost my job, could not face going through another recruitment process, and therefore decided to set up in business. That's a very specific process, but you might be working with people who also, have been made redundant and they want to do something new. There are so many prospects, there's so much potential, that's the word I wanted to find, for establishing common ground, because when you can establish that common ground, you have a better chance then of showing those people that you care about them. I hope all that makes sense. So before you start telling people about your diplomas and all the rest of it next time, establish that emotional connection. Ask them how they are. How did they hear about you? How are they feeling today? And then take it from there. It's clearly a lot more complicated than anything I'm going to speak about in a short video, but I hope you get the picture. Personal emotional connection must come first. Your qualifications, your work experience, and all those other things, they come afterwards. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to like, share, or comment. And if you would like to get onto a Radiate Discovery call with me, that would be absolutely fabulous. I'd love to learn more about where you are with your business. Maybe you are one of these people, just like me a few years ago, who's changing jobs or doesn't want to go back into the rat race anymore. You want to take responsibility for your future. I've put a comment into the links. You can book a no obligation complimentary chat with me at a time that suits you. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay fabulous. Loads of love, and bye for now.